Hello and welcome to Jim Schubert Field here at Gill Stadium here in Manchester, New Hampshire for week one of high school football action as Alvirne High School will be coming into Manchester Central's territory here. They're doing the coin toss right now between the captains, and judging by the jamboree last week and the pregame intelligence I looked at, it should be a really good game. So we'll see what Central can do in their first battle at home here against the Broncos of Alvirne. We'll see what happens here, and it looks like Central will be receiving. So that'll get things started for quarterback Salvi, who's looking for a big performance this year. Highly regarded, that's for sure. I know that. You can hear the crowd going a little excited right now, which is good, you know. So we'll see what happens here as the referee kind of, in their first week is action too, you know. So a couple players to look at for Central. Liam King will be their sophomore running back, and he's quick, he's fast, and he can get to the edge. But the big guy you want to keep an eye on is Caden Salvi, the quarterback, number 5. As we're going to do the national anthem right now. So the crowd's fired up here at Gill Stadium, and we'll see what Central can do as they're getting the ball. They're going to have King deep, as well as for Central, they're going to have number 7, Wyatt Forgerier. He's a junior receiver, plays DB as well. Let's see what Alvirne comes out here with. Nice white, shiny uniform. Central rocking the green. See that big old C right in the middle of the field. It's always nice week one, fresh start. Good crowd today. The band is fantastic, always has been. And the cheerleaders are out, and get the chain gang, and you get the RFs, and you got me, and here we go. Kicking off will be number 8, Sean Boudreau. Big booming kick over the head. And it's looking like a live ball. They're going to have to hop on that. And that is a little dangerous play right there. But Central able to gather it as King just kind of gets fumbled around and took an awkward bounce. And that'll help out the Broncos with a big, long field to come ahead and go forward with, as Caden Salvi will come out and get his call. Probably scripted plays, I'm guessing, as he talks to Coach Ryan Ray right there. Ryan Ray in his 18th season as Central coach. Just the second longest tenure of all time. So we'll see what can happen here as Salvi comes in and calls the play. And here we go. First play of the season. Central's going to spread it way out as they go in 5 wide right from the start here. coming right at the Broncos defense. Selvey looks, quick hit to number 9, and he's not able to gather it as that was right in his hands, but it was a little tough ball as he wanted to catch it and turn up. That would be George Whitehead, unable to get that. So they come out, first play, throwing 5 wide, unable to get the first complete, but it's a decent throw, just a lot of footsteps, not an easy catch, that's for sure. Selvey will come out. Last week at the Jamboree, they had some trouble with the snaps. So we'll see if they worked on that. I'm sure it was a talking point during practice. As they're coming wide out again, you can see Ethan Koneska nearest to us. Just a quick go route, going to hit the sideline again, and there goes King with a catch, but Alvirne all over it. All over it. That was a tough one. So third down and pretty good distance. This is when you want to stick to the script, but you got to also go to the situation. Third down here for Central. Don't want to go 3 and out. Alvirne's fired up on their side. They got a big team, lot of depth. Selvey backs up. Gets in on him, and he's going to run it himself. He's got a little distance, but not much, and Alvirne's able to get him down with about 3 to go. So I'm not sure if that was designed or not, but I'll tell you what, number 57, Zach Fontes, got in there real quick and disrupted the play. And now already they're faced with a decision. As you can see, it's 4th and about a yard, and Central is not going to mess around. They're punting it. So interesting enough, if my eyes are not lying to me, it looks like quarterback Selvey will be doing the long snapping for the punt unit. So Coach Ray putting all his players to work here. So that is interesting. Never ever seen that ever. Big booming kick, and that'll get over the head, and that has some good distance. They're going to try to let it roll, but it's not going to get as far as they would like, but it's going to be first down for Alvirne here from about their 35-yard line. So I don't know. I mean, this is the first drive of the season, 4th and 1. You really don't want to get backed up too far. So Coach Ray counting on his defense. Defense is going to be run by first-year defensive coordinator John Trisciani, one of the big names around the city you always hear about. And he's going to be right there. He is right there. And he's going to be in charge of this defense. So we'll see what happens with Alvirne coming. A quarterback will be Charlie Crawford. He was looking pretty good during warm-ups, and they're going to come out just as aggressive, and they're going to come out 3 wide, shotgun formation, but they'll have a back in the backfield. Made a motion. They're going to give him a quick dive right up the middle, and it's going to be pretty good gain right there, and it's going to be Ethan Koneska on the tackle. So good tackle, but still able to get 6 yards on that first down carry as they spread it out and kind of dive up the middle, kind of take away the defensive possibilities for Central. So it'll be 2nd down and 4 here as Crawford comes out. They're going to have one of the guys to look for is Jonathan Santana, nearest to us. He's a fast player, and he could be a factor. They're going to take it wide. Koneska on the outside seal, and they're able to get around him, and that was a good job kicking him inside, but there was really no one to help as 27 was able to come up, Jamin Jones, and make the tackle, but Alvirne will move the chains here with 9-11 in rolling here in the first quarter at Gill Stadium. I'm Mike Gonzalez. This is Manchester Public Television. We're live here at Jim Schubert Field, Gill Stadium, Manchester, New Hampshire. And we got a pretty good one so far. Central able to get a couple plays going, a couple receptions, but not able to move the chains, and they punted, and this is Alvirne's first bid at it. So 1st and 10, right from the middle of the 50-yard line. Handoff up the middle again, and it's getting effective. You know, there's a couple big holes there. Number 71 for Alvirne, Devin Scott just really opened up a nice hole for number 5, Aiden Mills, to get through. Aiden Mills with a couple carries already. Perfect day here. Not too hot, not too cold. Just a perfect day for high school football. Here comes Crawford calling the calls. And around number 13 there, and he's able to get him off the air. That was a great job. Watch out for him. You're going to be hearing his name a lot. Kineska, number 12 senior, as he's able to just hold his ground in that end around. Ineffective. I don't know how many times we'll see that going forward, as Central proved that they were able to thwart that one. So I'll bring up 3rd and 10. Third and 10, bringing them up. Same formation as usual. See if they hand the ball off or run or pass it. Shotgun, he's stepping back. He's going to drop back, and it's going to be intercepted by number 1, Liam King, as Central gets the big turnover. He just kind of jumped the pattern there. Crawford kind of projected the throw a little bit, but he jumped on it, and he'll get the interception, go right back to work at running back. Sophomore sensation, Liam King, getting it done on both ends of the field today. So good job by him, and Central will be back in business. This time they will have a shorter field. It'll be the 42-yard line going the other way towards Maple Street. So a little different formation this time. They came in tighter. They actually have a running back, just a split end and a receiver. So he'll still go shotgun. And he'll go an end around there as he hands the ball off. Nice, nifty move. Wow, really hard to tackle there as he goes in and out and in and out. And it's Wyatt Forgier with a pretty good run. It looked like it was going to be a loss on that one, to be honest. But second down. Yeah, so Ray coming out with a different look. This time came out 5 wide the whole time. This time he'll give it a more standard look, as Salvi will get the play and run it in. Calling out his cadence here. Quick pitch our way. Nice little cut by King, but he's swarmed in there by the Alvirne Broncos. A pack of Broncos led the way by Sean Boudreau. Nice little play there. So this will be a big play for Central. 3rd and 7. I'm guessing probably like a little hitch or something like that, something safe. Going to bring out King and put in a different receiver here. Probably look for Egan Benoit on the edge. Or, again, they might look for Ethan Senexka. Step back, going left. Got the out pattern. He's got him, but it's a really tight pocket to throw to, and he kind of got the best of him as he tried for the out first down distance, and it'll be a 4th down again. So Central will bring out the punting unit as quarterback Caden Selvey will stay on the field to do the long snapping. So put that on your resume, Caden. Oh, it looks like Central's actually coming up to the line to go for it. It is 4th and 7, and they leave the punting unit on the sideline as they're going to go for it here. So a risky call here by Ray. Here's the call. Here's the hike. Screenplay, and it's going to be a flag on the field. I'm not sure what that's going to be. We'll find out. Possibly a holding. It looks like it's going the other way, so that'll actually help out Central and move the chains, I think. We'll see right here. Oh, we got a player down, unfortunately. So we'll take a little break here from Gill Stadium. We got a good one so far as it's 0-0, and both defenses are playing pretty tight. So we'll be right back right after this. So we're back here at Gill Stadium. We're going to figure out what the penalty is as injured player number 9, George Whitehead, will be helped off the field here. So that's never fun. Playing a sport like this, these things happen, but man, it can be a buzzkill, you know. But Central will, in fact, come out again. I'm not sure what's that. It looks like so the penalty was not on Alvirne, and it is going to be first down going the other way because Central's defense is out there. You can see Liam King, who had that big interception a moment ago, and Crawford will get his team ready as the Broncos will try to run down the field here. Looks like he got on the jump off sides, and Jamin Jones looks to the ref and says, "My bad," but we kind of already knew that one, Jamin. So Alvirne will move the ball a little bit closer to pay dirt as John Trisciani is got his paperwork out and his playbook and trying to stop the Broncos from moving the ball any farther here. First down and 5. Charlie Crawford gets the ball, handoff inside once again. Oh, he fakes me out too. Great job. Eludes the tackle, and that was a nice play all the way around by Charlie Crawford. He looked like he was giving the ball to Aiden Mills, who I totally bought the fake on. But good job, and he was able to get the broken tackle against Sineska, who's pretty solid there on the corner. So good job running. Crawford has some size for sure. But that's the biggest play of the game so far. Good for about 20-something yards there as they go right back at it. Just switching off, handing it to Mills and going for it himself here as Mills will get it this time. Up the middle, big hole, lots of room. Open field, and Central able to get the open field tackle. But, man, that was wide open. Looked like a little trap play. 72 for Alvirne. Andrew Dealey is absolutely a beast out there. He's opening holes. He's just a couple inches taller than everyone. You can really see him out there. So first down and about 14 to go before they get a touchdown, but they're going to need to tighten up. Central is. So handoff up the middle, again wide open, and he just misses, swinging on a miss by the safety. That's a touchdown for the Broncos, and it was pretty open again. Led down the field by number 55, Liam Bowie. Just, you know the saying, they could drive a truck through that one, but they did have a chance. The open field missed tackle, and that's a touchdown. So 6-0 Alvirne. We'll see what kicker number 8, Sean Boudreau, can do here as they will line up for the standard extra point. And that'll be good. So you got to wonder if Central would like to take back that 4th and 7 going for it with a not so safe play call. You know, those outs pretty tightened up. Gave the ball to Alvirne right at midfield, and they took about 5 plays to get it done. So Central's defense better tighten up. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day because those interior holes are wide open right now. Take a look at the cheerleaders here as they got a good amount of people. About 18 girls there. And a couple other cheerleaders. So good to see all the aspects, all the elements, the band, the cheerleaders. Of course, you got the other cheerleaders down there for the Broncos. So football's back, and here we are. Central's down 7-0 here, though, and they're going to have to get the ball. I'd say they have to get the ball in Liam King's hand a little more. But that's what they're going for. That's why he's back there to receive the ball right now. So big drive coming up for Central. And here he is. Very elusive and gets a couple extra yards, but they'll start the ball at about the 24-yard line here. See what Ray comes out here. What kind of formation? They went 5 wide first time, then they kind of more traditional offense last time. Looks like they're going to come out flying again as they will do their spread offense. That'll result in probably a timeout. Looks like a little miscommunication between personnel. It's Ryan Rake is king the death stare. But that'll give him a chance to get some water, and Ryan's like, I'll take this timeout myself. So we'll be back right after this from Gill Stadium. Welcome back to Gill Stadium here as Central will come out after that timeout. Looks like they had 12 people on the field, so they wanted to work that out, get some water, get yelled at, and here we go as Selvey will go 5 wide here. He's looking right. Our side, he's going deep. Seneska he's getting a little bit of rubbed on, and they're going to call an actual foul there. As you can see the laundry on the field. I'll tell you what, in Jeremiah Yee does not agree with that one, but you're going to have to move on from that as Central gets their biggest yardage of the day so far. On what they do is they do a spot foul from the, so it'll only be 50. Oh, got that one wrong. As they will bring it back the other way. It's not an interference call, and I got to say, Jeremiah Yee was correct. So this is going to back them up way back as Central really has their work cut out for them now. It's going to be 1st and 10. 15-yarder right there. So that is, as you can see right now, the chain gang is spread out the whole width of my camera angle here. So that's a cool 25 right there for you folks. So you got to assume they're going to have to get some kind of a big chunk play here. Central isn't really running the ball that much as they have a game plan. They're going to stick to it. So 1st down on their own 14 here. As they do hand the ball off, they get about 2 yards. So with 3:40 and ticking, it'll be 2nd down and a mile for Central here. You can see big man Nick Barbie, one of their best players, getting a blow here because looks like he's a little dinged up. So that's not good. That's their best lineman for sure. He's an absolute beast and a difference maker on offense. So Central really got their work cut out for them now as it is 2nd down and about 23 to 22 to go. So Caden Salvi will bark the orders here, and they'll get a little bit of a jump, but they're going to let it roll. Now we have a whistle. So it's almost like a mind game going on here as looks like Central will take another timeout here. Coach Ryan Ray just wants to talk to him and figure it out as we take a look at Barbie. It doesn't look very good. He's got his helmet off, and he's going to talk to the trainer here, hopefully to get back in it. And you can also see Whitehead there. So a couple key players for Central currently out of the game, out of the mix right now. And we're going to come back here probably with 2nd and about 22. We'll be right back. So here we are back in action here. 2nd down and a while to go. Spread way out. So they're having trouble getting people open. It's almost like they're not finding space because they already spaced it out. They're spreading out the 5 wide, but when they do their patterns, there's already people guarding them. So it's hard to find space. Almost be better off going with maybe 3 wide and then looking for like something over the middle there. But it seems to be the Broncos are doing a good job as they obviously, practice all week to defend this team. But it's 7-0 Broncos of Alvirne. 2:47 here in the first quarter. Quarterback Caden Salvi brings his team out for 3rd and a big way to go. Draws back. He had it. He had him open, but he's unable to corral it in as Ethan Sineska had his hands on the ball, but 4th down here for Central, and you got to assume they'll be punting this time for sure. Not the start the Little Green was kind of looking for. Plenty of game left, of course. Ooh, just gets the punt off. And we do have a flag on the field. I'll tell you what, that was close. Oliver Jaquez, the kicker, punter. Big man gets the punt off, and I'll tell you, Broncos were about an inch from taking that on the short side of the field right there. So we'll see what this flag's all about. So you can hear the Central band in the background. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be holding. It's going to back them up even more. So when it rains, it pours on Central's field today on a beautiful day here on a Saturday. But nothing going right for Central so far. Lucky it's only 7-0, so they still have a chance, obviously, as this game is pretty equal matched. But Alvirne getting the things done. And from what I'm seeing, the defensive line is just over-aggressive, and they're getting those trap plays on them and opening those holes really big for them. So here they go again. They're going to do a special end around here, and they're able to get them in a big stick by number 17 there for Central. That would be Caleb Gronin. Just a huge, huge stick. That's always nice. He's going to be doing the safety duties. Only a sophomore, so they do have some young players out there hitting the field for Central. It's always a mix. You always see Central, you'll see some freshmen randomly, but mostly sophomores, juniors, seniors. It's pretty well diversified in that aspect. As Alvirne will just stick with the same formation, and they will, have Aiden Mills in there to do his thing, and they try and end around, but it's going to be blown whistle dead, and that'll be backed up as the referee indicates a false start. So might be the first penalty against Alvirne, as Central sure had their fair share so far. So second and about maybe 13. Matthew Koenig on the number 54 needs to get in there and disrupt these trap plays and just kind of stand the ground here. As you can see on the near side us as Crawford takes the ball. Quick hit over the middle. Slips the tackle. Central missing a lot of tackles, and that was a big one too, as they had him, but big man. Yeah, Ryan, I'll tell you what, Ryan Rochelo, he's a captain on the team, and he is big, and he just slipped that tackle, and Crawford didn't do anything special. He just hiked it, and quick pop pass right over the middle. So the middle seems to be where Alvirne is getting their success today, as they just keep pounding with Mills and go and play in action off that. As Mills gets it our way again, makes a nice move, and it's able to get the tackle. Looks like number 7 on there, Wyatt Forgier. But still, it's still another chunk of yards, and now it's going to be second down at about 5 to go here. So will they hand the ball off to Aiden Mills, or will they go for it? Oh, they're going to do a QB keeper, and he's able to fumble. He fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by the quick go Kings down the sideline. He's trying to get 3, and he goes all the way to the 55. Holy moly, what a turn of events as the quarterback, Charlie Crawford, takes it himself around the edge, gets a slip on Sineska, puts the football out to try to get the touchdown. The ball gets rattled out of his hands, and for the second time, Leon King is part of a turnover on defense as he picks it up and gets as far as he can before running out of gas. As the good defense, the good hustle by Alvirne to get a hand on him. But wow, that just was a huge play for Central, and that'll take us into the second quarter here. As I need a drink of water. We'll be right back. So here we go. 1st and 10 from the Alvirne Broncos 45-yard line as Central trying to capitalize on a huge play. Really game-changing. As there he goes, handoff down there to the left. Looks like it'll be Trevor Wong on the carry there, as King is probably just gassed after that big play, but he'll be back. And good news for Central. Big man number 75, Nick Barbie, is back in the game here. So he's a tough kid. Central needs to get something rolling here. It's 2nd and 11. They really haven't had much going for them. They got to get some kind of like draw or something, because the pass rush is getting to the quarterback a little quick. And in my opinion, Selby's a little rattled, and there he goes. He throws a pick, and it's instantly brought back by Alvirne as they get the interception and bring the ball back, and it'll be their ball going into Central's territory from the 41-yard line. So it looks like Alvirne's all over the pass right now, and if that's the only game plan is to pass it, they're going to have to figure out how to do it better or switch it up, because it seems like Alvirne did their homework on them pretty well. So Coach John Trisciani is going to have to pull out some kind of miracle again, as he's already got 2 turnovers. As we got something here, illegal use of hands as the refs do their synchronized swimming walk together. That's cute. So that'll bring the Broncos back to the 42-yard line of their own side, and Central defense comes out. Look for big plays here. Out of Remy Condon, number 57. You got King near side here, who has a turnover and an interception. As Crawford calls for the ball, end around, and they do have a little bit of room, and he's able to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage as Central kind of sniffed it out, and they did a good job holding the ground on that one. So good job on the end there. Defensive containing is, anyone who's played football or knows football knows how important it is to contain that edge. as they did a good job in that one. Expect Alvirne to kind of go back to that trap at some point, as they do have the same old formation. It's working, right? So Aiden Mills in the backfield as Crawford calls for the snap. Looks like a little movement there, as you could totally say. You can't say you didn't do that one, as we all saw it, as number 55, Liam Bowie, the culprit on that. So that'll back him up a little more. So that's good news for Central, as they're trying to get the ball back with 10:23 here in the second quarter from Gill Stadium. I'm Mike Gonzalez for Manchester Public Television. You're watching live Central football from Jim Schubert Field, as Central trails 7-0 to the Broncos of Alvirne from Huddy. And they will get the snap here. So here's Crawford on the track, calls the play, big swing, quick hit to the left, eludes the tackle, and that's a quick 6 yards. Central did a good job, holding their distance with their cushion, getting the tackle, but it's a good hit for 6 yards, and that'll bring it up to about the 42. Looking for a first down. That'll take about 9 yards to do so. As we can see, everyone's getting into the spirit right now. There we go. We're back to the action here. Third down here. As Central's defensive backfield will have to get something going here. Maybe another interception, perhaps. Crawford's pass right up the middle, wide open, and I'll tell you what, that's going to be a problem. He's a big, big target. Ryan Rochelo. You're going to hear his name a few times if they don't figure that out, because, again, he sits back. He does the blocking for running plays, and then all of a sudden he slips into the middle on a pop pass. That was just a quick seam down the middle, and Crawford does a good job, a quick release to get it to him. But that's a big play for about 20 on that one. So first down and 10, doing it again from the 36 of Central. 9:20 here on Manchester Public Television, as we get the snap, inside handoff, gets a little distance, and Sineska gets a nice play on that one, able to make the tackle coming from the outside linebacker position. He's everywhere, and that'll go for about 5, and that's Mills once again. Mills, we've been calling his name a lot. It's probably his 8th carry of the day. That's the thing about football. You kind of get the ball in the hands of your guys, and you're going to hear the same names over and over usually. As Central's band just wraps up another hit. Beautiful day here. Second down. Here's a snap. And tight to a different guy this time, number 29. That'll be Michael Landmester, and he's going to get a carry as Mills will take a blow. That's good for about 3 or 4, and now it's going to be third down. So big play for John Trisciani's defense here for Central. You wonder if he's going to give the ball to Mills or if Crawford's going to do some kind of QB keeper. He fumbled last time he did it, but he's also been pretty accurate with his arm. So we'll see how this goes right here, as the Broncos will come to the line here. Big play here. Quick snap, quick hike, and he's able to get the first down as he gets a quick out pattern with a little bit of room, and he wiggles his way to the first down chain, and that'll bring up a first down with 7:35 in the first half to go, and the ref gives the call. So just a simple play. I mean, he was open, and I feel like they're getting a little more separation because they kind of have a tighter formation sometimes. So you open up the lane for Ryan Rochelle, and right there you got the end around. You got that quick end out. So Central's D's get some cushion. You can see the cornerbacks are about 10 yards behind them. And around again. There he goes again. So able to get around, and out of bounds. Good play by King right there. But that'll be Mills again. Just a quick hit inside. Looked like another trap play that kind of got busted outside. So Central might be figuring out the inside handoff because he had to bounce it out there. So he gets a couple there. It'll be second down with 7:27 to go here on Manchester Public Television. Live action from Jim Schubert Field at Gill Stadium. You can see near side Jonathan Santana at wideout as Crawford takes the snap here. Quick look, fade pattern. It's going to be a one-on-one coverage. He's got a guy, and it's just overthrown. Good coverage on that. That'd be number 21. Looks like 21, Michael LaFawn on the coverage, but that was just, you go that way, I'm going to throw it ahead of you and see what you can do. So good job by 21. Oh, that's number 11, Egan Bennett. Bennett was with him the whole time. So that'll bring up 3rd and 8 here. Only 3 seconds came off the clock on that one. Interesting play call. I guess you got to do that stuff to open up the inside stuff. Big play here for the Broncos. As Crawford takes a snap. Quick look. He's going to do that outside pattern again. He's going to take it himself. This time he's going to open up the receiver as he does. Oh, the classic. The classic. I'm going to run. Cornerback comes up, and they're going to call it a touchdown. So, yeah, Crawford just kind of pump faked, tucked it. He pump tucked it. And then receiver kind of just released there, and he hit him in stride. So tough spot to be in if you're the cornerback because you kind of have to commit to one thing or the other. That's what makes it so effective. As long as you stay behind that line of scrimmage, you can do something like that. So Crawford is doing it all, really. I mean, he had that fumble, but that was all Crawford. That play was schoolyard football right there. As we do have a player down, once again, unfortunately, as we will be right back after this. We'll let you know what's going on. So more bad news for Central as Ethan Staneska is going to be helped off the field. Definitely one of the top players on the team as we were given a list of players by Coach Ray to look at, and he was definitely on top of that list. So big hit as you look at Whitehead still, rattled up. Hopefully Ethan can get it together because they're not the same team without him. And Alvirne will be kicking the extra point here. And it looks like that's money. So that'll be 14-0 now as Central kind of got to figure out their offense. Defense has led to 2 turnovers so far, but at the same time, Alvirne's moving the ball with those trap plays, and Crawford is just having a game for himself as he's thrown for about 150, probably about 10 completions. I'll get the official stats at halftime. As a man in the booth alone today, hard to do the stat books, but I got people for that next to me in the next booth. We'll get you those numbers. But it seems to be like Alvirne's really figured out Central's passing game. Really and it limits their running game because the times they've run, I think one was like 1st and 25. So they got to figure something out here, as I'm sure there is a solution to every problem. As they will be kicking the ball off here. Big booming kick. That's a nice asset to have. King's got to do something with it, though. It's a live ball. He grabs it, and he makes a quick move, and he gets around a couple people, and he's absolutely schmucked down at the wow, he got killed. And, we have a nice, it's a Central alumni. Got Bobby Malone, fire department. So there you go, kids. You can do anything. Bobby Malone was an absolute stud, and he's there on the sidelines saying hi to his old team. That's good to see. So I'll tell you what, it's nice having a nice kicker that can do that type of thing, because what it did is it disrupted the whole kickoff return. As King was able to pick it up, but we've seen that happen twice at least. This is Bobby with Matt Murphy. So here we go, back to business here at Jim Schubert Field here in Gill Stadium in Manchester, New Hampshire. Central yet to really make any sparks. I mean, their biggest play was a 15-yard penalty. So they're going to come a little tighter now. That's good. I'm glad to see that, because I feel like you can spread the field out more by doing that. And here's the inside handoff. Good hole as he's able to get the route. He's still running, and that's a big play by Wong, as there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. But Trevor Wong with a nice carry as he's able to get to the 20, but we'll see what happens. It might be coming back. This is a zebra convention here, and they will figure it out, and it looks like it's going to be going Alvirne's way, so that's a nice break. So that's a big chunk of yards for Central on a Wong carry. Add 15 to that. I'm not a math major, but that equals a lot. So they will bring the ball out, look at it all the way up to the 38-yard line. So that kickoff really negated right there. So Central comes to the line right away, and they're going to run it tight again, as they're going to go with Wong in the backfield. And they're going to have a couple wideouts. They're going to have Egan Bennett there, and then Wong's going to get the ball up the middle, and he's going to get crunched by, man, he's great. He was down. He's great at yards after contact, which did lead to a potential fumble, but Central able to jump on the ball. So it doesn't matter, but I think it was down. But so Central doing their thing now. It's the first time they've shown a little bit of spark. I gotta say it's good to see, as they send King wide other side, and Wong's gonna stick in the backfield as Salvi hands it to him up the middle. He's got some room, and he makes a nice nifty move, and he's able, again, after contact yards. So he's doing a great job of that, as Murphy's all over him. So I got to say, Trevor Wong is becoming the Nick Cassell spark plug off the bench that they needed. They put him in. He gets a couple carries, and his biggest asset is yards after carry. He's just been bouncing off defenders. So it's good to see Central putting a drive together, as we got 5:49 left in the first half here at Gill Stadium, Manchester Public Television. I'm Mike Gonzalez. Central coming out, and they're going to stick with the same formation. I'd like to see King on a slant. Play action. They're going to go deep on the fade. They got a guy, and he's able to get the completion. What a throw. What a catch by Caleb Gronden. And it's going to be a first down for Central. And boy, are they in business right now, because they are on the 11-yard line of Alvirne. He just does a play action fake, Wong sets it up with the 3 solid carries, does the play action, and then boom, hitch and go right to him on the money. So Caden to Caleb on a first down for Central with 5:38 to go here at Gill Stadium. As Central will come to the line right away, not messing around, and they'll stick with the same formation because you know what they say, if it ain't broke. First down here for Salvi as he called the snap. It's going to be a quick inside. He's going to take it himself, and he's all over it. Number 8, Sean Boudreau, all over him. He's quick, big. So that seemed like a design play. It looked like a play action kind of quarterback keeper around the end, kept it himself. But Alvirne all over it, and Central will be backed up a couple yards as it's 2nd and 12 here with about 4:50 to go here. So big drive for Central. They'd love to cap it off with a touchdown because they are getting the ball back. Alvirne will be getting the ball back, so it's big here for Central to score at least something before the half. Salvi gets the snap here. Inside fake. He's got the outside pattern. He dives and he makes the diving catch, but unfortunately he's down by his knee hitting the ground because he did have to lay out for it. But good catch by number 27, Jamin Jones, who's all over the place. Really talented player. Jamin Jones is a senior running back and linebacker, so a couple senior stars on the team. You know, you got Nick Barbie, you got him, you got, Sineska, who we saw, who's still, still kind of taking a breather there. Hopefully they're better. But this will bring up 3rd and 11 here from Alvirne's 12-yard line. So a little bit of confusion here on the formation. But they're going to spread it out, everyone to the left here, and there'll be a timeout as Coach Ray is already halfway on the field as he says, enough of this. We'll be right back right after this. Welcome back to high school football coverage on Manchester Public Television as it is 3rd and 11, and good news for Central. Number 12, Sineska, is back in the game, so wants to take a Flintstone vitamin and quick high five from Chris Paneris, and he's back in the game. That's all it takes. So here we go, spread it out. As Salvi takes the ball, he's looking left. He again goes right. He throws into traffic, and King tries to make a play on it, but dangerous throw right there as he kind of looked left and then fired right. Kind of probably a design play. As King shows a little hustle, gets the ball way at the JFK, and that'll bring up 4th down, and it looks as though they're going to go for it. I'm assuming they're going for it because Salvi's talking to Coach Ray, and he is a long snapper and quarterback. That's right. I said that. He's the long snapper and the quarterback, so he does it all. So definitely one of the best players in the state. Trying to have a great season as Central yet to score, though, with 3:21 here in the first half at Gill Stadium. 4th down. Central's going for it. No lack of guts here as it looks like 7 our way is going to be the guy as Wyatt's wide open, but then Alvirne's like, not going to give you that one for free. So they're going to call timeout and they're going to figure out why no one was covering number 7 right there. But this will give Central another chance to get some more water, and we will be back from Gill Stadium for Manchester Public Television. I'm Mike Gonzalez. We'll be right back. So a couple timeouts in a row here will bring us to 4th and 11 here. And that gives Central a chance to draw something up, as Coach Ray is the 12th man on the field there. So here we go. Here's a snap for Salvi. He's looking left. He's going to do a quick pattern, and it's all over it as Alvirne converges 2 guys on him as he looks for number 3. Taylor Janilis, but they were all over him. I mean, the fact is they had a linebacker on him and the safety came up. He had him for a second as Barbie on the line held him off as quick as possible, and Salvi had time to throw it. But Alvirne kind of guessed on that one, and they guessed right. So Central will pick up on defense, and John Trisciani's calling the signals here as Alvirne, with 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes to go, he's going to try to get one more drive here, and they're going to go a little different. They're going to go 2 on our side, 2 wide, but pretty standard. They're going to hand the ball off about half the time to him. Number 5 as he breaks and tackles, and he is just money today. Mills is really good. He's dependable, and first play of the series, they give it to him right up the middle again. I mean, that's just a quick 9 yards, you know. I mean, they can get 9 yards every time. They're in business. So they're going to come out, same play, same formation, and I wouldn't be shocked if they give it to Mills again, because what it does is it leads to those play-action passes. Ball's on the ground, and Central gets it again for the 3rd turnover in the half as big man gets on the ball. So that'll be number 78. Contreras, we'll go with that. But either way, puts the ball on the ground. It looked like a little miscommunication between the running back and the quarterback. Crawford just handed it off, but he hit the chest bone, and it just popped out. So Central doing their job, getting the turnovers, as that's number 3 on the day. Alvirne has 1 on that interception. But either way, here comes quarterback Caden Salvi, gets the snap, inside handoff to Wong, and that seems to be their best play of the game so far, handing the ball off to number 10, Trevor Wong, as he's able to get about 4 on that one. You can tell when a player is getting some action when the jersey has the long shirt underneath it. That means you're getting tackled a lot. But second down here, big drive for Central as it's 2:10 here in the first half. Salvi gets the snap, inside handoff to Wong once again as he's elusive and he breaks another tackle, gets down to that 11. And first thing I noticed was that shirt got pulled on, because if that shirt's out, they can tackle you with it. So you might want to tuck in the shirt, son, as a coach would say. A lot of coaches use the word son. So 3rd down and about 1, maybe a half a yard here to go with 1:33 ticking on the clock. And Central will come out, same formation. I'd be surprised if they didn't do the same thing here. Handoff up the middle, and Alva's all over, but Wong's really good at eluding that first tackle as he cuts right and then slips left. down to a first down. So that's some hard running right there. And he, in my opinion, has been the number one spark plug for Central on offense so far, as he's pushing about 40, 50 yards here running. I wouldn't be surprised if they did some kind of play action, pop pass over the middle type of thing, or a QB keeper. But you got to figure Alvirne's going to be cheating at some point over the middle. Yep, play action. They're going to go wide to center. Oh, and they got a flag on the field. Looks like the ref going to call him for interference. So that's good for Central, because looks like Sineska had that corner route. He did a quick, like, a flag, a shortened up flag. And Salvi tried to time it perfectly as he did, but Alvirne felt like they were beat on that, so they did get their hands on it, and it is going to be called for pass interference as we are getting down to 52 seconds, under a minute to go. And Central, looks like they will get the first down, and they will go first and goal here as Keaton Salvi will come up to the line of scrimmage and give the huddle and give a pep talk. And they're going to stick with Wong here. So their running back committee, King and Wong. King has a couple turnovers on defense. Wong doing his thing on offense. He's going to block here. And they're all over it. He just forces the throw. Dangerous play. And it looks like almost intercepted by number 4, Jeremiah Yee. But great job by number 7 for Central. Wyatt just gets his hands on there and breaks up the interception. So he plays defense on offense right there. And Central is lucky to see another play, because that was a dangerous throw. And Alvirne was right in on him. Man, are they getting a good rush on him? And they have definitely gotten the head of quarterback Caden Selvey, because he's not used to having not much time to throw. So here's the inside handoff to Wong. He's got some distance, and he carries him all the way down to the 1 yard line. This kid is amazing at yards after contact. He is so good at that. And they get down right to and they're going to rush up here to the line here. There's no time to waste here. 29 seconds and ticking. Handoff to Wong once again, and Alvirne's all over him, and it's going to be a push for the end zone, and it's going to be so close. We'll see what they say here. The Central thinks they got it. And he threw his little beanbag thing. I'm not sure what that means, as they're going to say they stopped him now. I don't know. Ryan Ray is going to send out King to call the play here, as I'm getting attacked by a bee. God. Unbelievable. So good job by Wong. You see him coming off the field. He should get a standing O from everyone, because he has been the spark plug. Oh, and Central gets the old holding call here, so that'll back them up. So that'll really make their job harder. So third down again, though. So they will have 2 plays here with a running clock, 16 seconds to go. As you can see, wide left. We got an instant flag on the play. He's going to throw it, and he jumps the play as number 6 almost gets the interception. But we do have a flag on the field. The clock does stop at 8.6 seconds here. So interesting how that goes, as the flag was immediately thrown, as the referees will get together and figure this one out. So they're going to back it up even more here. So Central, while it is still third down, you got to keep that in mind. 8.6 seconds to go. No timeout. So you really got to assume this is the last play of the half, unless they're quick with the incomplete. But so they're going to bring it all out. They're going to bring 3 our way here. Look for King down the middle or Sineska as Alvirne will call timeout to kind of regroup. We're here at Central. We're about to end the first half. Central's got the ball going in. We'll stay with you here. We'll go through this timeout as Coach Ray will come out, call a play, figure something out here. This is good for Central. So getting that timeout call on the other end, it's a smart timeout on both ends, really, if you think about it. It helps Central call a play, but Alvirne has a chance to see their lineup, what they come out in. They saw they were going 3 wide, near side our way, going towards Beach Street, and they're going to come out with their defense accordingly. Now, I doubt you that Central will call the same play. Can't imagine they would because they know that Alvirne just came out with a play to defend that. So we'll see what happens here. 8.6 seconds to go in the first half from Gill Stadium. Jim Schubert Field. I'm Mike Gonzalez. Manchester Public Television. We got a good one here as quarterback Caden Selvey will take the snap here as Alvirne has got a big cushion. Big rush on him, and he's able to get to him, and that should do it. That's a bummer. And that is a big, big play by number 54, Cam Porter, captain senior for Alvirne, as he's getting all the love from Alvirne's teammates. And he is feeling it, and he loves to end the half that way, as all his teammates are like, yeah, you did it, man. And Central, little different look as you see Alvirne's team, and then you see Central's kind of not as enthusiastic, so they're going to have to get a pep talk or something, but they can figure this out as it's only 14-0 here from Gill Stadium. I'm Mike Gonzalez for Manchester Public Television. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. So we are back here at Jim Schubert Field at Gill Stadium as Central football action is in play here. Unfortunately, they are down 14-0. A lot of things have happened in the first half. A couple turnovers, a couple penalties. You know, a lot of things have been going Alvirne's way, and Central will actually kick the ball off here to start the second half as they got a little bit of an uphill battle to go. Alvirne's been all over their passing game, it seems like. Couple shining moments. Running back Trevor Wong comes in and gets a bunch of yards on a big drive by Central, but it was thwarted as penalties just killed them and shot them in the foot. So Central's going to have to figure it out as they come out to kick the ball off here at Gill Stadium. This is Manchester Public Television, live action in Manchester, New Hampshire. I'm Mike Gonzalez, and Alvirne will be taking the ball, and it looks like they'll be kicking it from the 45 of Alvirne. There must be some kind of penalty after the first half because this is not the normal kicking spot. As you can see, they're on the short field. So they're going to try to kick this one right into the end zone, make that a non-factor, I'm guessing. But big play for Alvirne as they ended the half with a sack by number 54, Cam Porter, the captain on the team. So it looks like a little extracurricular will help Central's field position, but they're just still going to have to kick off as quarterback will do the kicking in Caden Selvey, it looks like. So he long snaps on punts. He plays quarterback, and he's going to do the kicking here on the kickoff. So got to assume this ball is going to be a boomer and try to take away the kick return of Alvirne. We'll see. Waiting for the ref to give the go-ahead. Patiently. I Everyone's just wondering what's going on. Here we go. So we're going to kick the ball off to start the second half, as they were just waiting on that 2-minute warning clock to wind down. So we're at 0-0 on that, and we're ready to go. They'll set it at 15 minutes. Start the second half, and Central might need to do another pre-half warm-up just to get stretched out again after that delay. So here's the kick from Salvi. And they're going to do kind of an onside kick, and it's a great play by number 2 for Alvirne as he sniffs it out. Cam Druin up tight, gets the ball high, and they go for an onside kick to start the half off. I guess with the short field, it makes sense. Probably should have seen that coming, I guess. But here we go. John Truciani's defense will come out looking for a 4th turnover of the game. They definitely done their job in that aspect. But Alvirne really having success giving the ball to Aiden Mills a bunch of times, getting up that middle on the trap plays, and then that leading to a lot of success on the play-action pass. So here we go again. Quarterback Charlie Crawford for Alvirne will come out. Same formation and standard right up the middle. Wide open hole. Good job holding on to him. I'll get you the number on that one, but that was a good play. Getting his hand on him and making the tackle, because that had a lot of potential there. And that'll be number 6, Tristan Benner, making that nice play. But again, a quick 6 yards. I mean, they're just giving the ball. It seems like Central's defensive line is overcommitting a little bit, opening up that trap. So that'll bring up second down and about 5 to go here from their own 37. Crawford calls it out. Hand off, play action fake. Central all over him. He gives a pass off, but he gets it off, and he's able to make the tackle. Number 17, Caleb Grunin. We've been calling his name a lot, but still, what a great job by quarterback Charlie Crawford, because Central had about 4 players about to tackle him, and he's able to get that dish off and get the first down. So Crawford's really done some things. You saw that touchdown pass where he kind of tucked it and then threw it, creating that wide open receiver. Threw a strike right on the money. So here we go again. First down. Already down to 10 minutes in the quarter. So here's the handoff. Nice play. Good job. I'll tell you what, that had some potential. But, again, Wyatt Fogier makes a nice play there to stop him. But Mills is just getting the lion's share of the carries for sure for Alvirne. They're going to ride him out. The whole offense is set up through him. Second down here and about 9. As you can see, near side, you get King at the corner. He's coming our way. He's going to throw to number 2 there, and King converges and makes the tackle, but just enough cushion for them to make that play. And that's been kind of open all day as they go to Cam Drohan once again. Seems to be quarterbacks have their guys, and this is one of his guys. They trust him. But, yeah, I mean, he's about 10 yards off him pre-snap. So he's going to run those quick outs, those quick hitches, and that'll be open all day. But good job open field tackling by Liam King. Liam King already has an interception. He's their running back. He takes receiving. He's the deep back in kickoff receiving. And he picked up a fumble and brought it all the way back to the other 45. So he's had quite a busy day. And guess what? He's only a sophomore. So the future is bright for Liam King. Got some swagger out there. I like that. So that's going to back it up a little bit more. So that's good news for Central, as Alvirne's coach is not happy about that. There'll be a quick timeout here with only 10 minutes to go here. But first drive here in the second half, we will be right back. Welcome back to live coverage here at Gill Stadium, Jim Schubert Field. Legendary coach for Central as Central is down 14-zip. But we have second in a long, long way, as you can see. About 30, 40 yards to go as they get a nice pass there. And that's about the fourth time they've hit Ryan Rochelo, the captain, junior captain. So you got to be pretty special to be a captain as a junior. So he's able to hit him, and that'll be a big chunk out of the deficit they had. But still, third and about 22 to go. So good play by Alvirne. I mean, cutting into that deficit, like I said, and he could try for it all at once, or he could do that and have a better manageable shot here. But still a long way to go, and Central should be cushioned up here as quarterback Charlie Crawford, having a game, takes the snap, gets some protection. Big fade route. King on the coverage, and he's able to knock the ball down. Good defending as he does a Fortnite dance right after that as he makes a nice play. Sineska right there for help, and that was just one of those, I'm going to throw it to my guy. He's taller than you. See what we can do. But King doesn't care about size. He does the right thing, makes the play, man's up. And now it's 4th and 20 for Alvirne. So this will be the first time I can remember that Central will be getting a punt return. So rolls out right, gets the punt off, and it's a big boomer, and that'll be just kind of let go as you don't want to get a fingertip on it and turn the ball over. So good job by Central. Good job by Trisciani's defense. 9:35 to go here in the third quarter. Central's going to have to get something going as Alvirne seems to be all over their offensive scheme as they are yet to score yet. They've had their chances. They've had their drives. But I'd be shocked to see Trevor Wong not in the game after the impact he made coming in. At some point, you have to expect him to come in. But Central will come out, and Salvi will make the play call. It'll be interesting to see what kind of formation they go into. So they're going to be a little more conservative. They're not going 5 wide. They're going to go your standard pro set with King in the backfield. Salvi takes the ball, hands it off. King slips up the middle, and he's able to get about 2 yards as Alvirne once again penetrates the offensive line as big number 72, Andrew Dealey, just controls the line of scrimmage and makes a great play right there to bring up second down and 10 once again as Salvi comes in with the play call here for Central. Central looking to get on the board here. You do the same kind of, see, this is the same kind of formation that Alvirne's been running on offense. Handoff up the middle, and again, just completely dominated up the middle. You got 57 in there, Zach Fontes. You got number 72 once again, Andrew Dealey. So the interior line for Alvirne's defense has been quite dominating. Central now, after 2 running plays up the middle, only gets 1 yard on both of them. So third down, and it looks like, 11 here. So off comes King, in comes some more of a throwing threat, and we're going to go with Sineska here near side at number 12. Spin in, they're going to come out with a 3 wide on our side going towards Maple Street. Here's a snap, and he's got a guy. He's going to throw it to him right over the middle of Sineska, and that's a great job. As he's going to be right at the chain mark there. We'll see what the refs give him. It looks like they might move it, and that's a great job by number 12, senior captain Sineska, with a nice short hands right there, but it is going to be just short, it seems like. Although they did switch it to a 1 on there, so despite Alvirne coach's protest, they are going to move the chains, and he's about to lose his mind. So Central gets the first down, and that's a nice job. 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter, as they're going to come out with just 2 wide this time. I got to assume they're going to hand the ball off. Sweep our way. Gets around the edge. Good job by King. Good blocking. But still, Alvirne all over it. Alvirne is just absolutely beating the line at the line of scrimmage here, as they are outthinking them. It is almost like they guessed right on that one again. So they did a pitch pass. I haven't seen that one utilized all game. But it does get 2 on the play. They bring up 2nd and 8 as junior Wyatt Forzier comes in to call the play. And then you got Caleb Gronin coming in as well, as Caden Salvi comes in, tells his troops what to do here as they come to the line on 2nd and 8. But Alvirne's defense is just all over it. They're blowing up every play, and they're rattling the quarterback, and they're doing a good job. Play action. He's going to go deep. He's got him. He's got his guy wide open, and he caught him, and he got a nice pay right to the end zone. Guess what? That's a touchdown. And then, wow, baby. What a play by Caden Salvi, as he gets a hand to the face, it looked like. And he shakes it off like a wet golden retriever, and he hits 17 right in stride. I'm telling you, Caleb Gronin, we say his name a lot today. That was all around a great play, and that was Central coming back. Now they're going for the extra point, but wow, good job. They got the turnover on defense, a stop. They got the touchdown, and they're going to try to get the extra point here as kicker number 35, Oliver Jaquez, toes it right through, and that'll be good for the 7 points. So Central gets on the board, 14-7 now. That's exactly what they needed. As you can see, a little spark in the bench here. And that's also important. You need to have that. You need some enthusiasm. So this is a big drive for Coach John Trisciani's defense, as Ryan Ray takes care of the offense, and they kind of talk it over, and we'll see what he's got in that little playbook we're looking at. Flipping pages. Yep, that's the one. So we'll go with that one. Get the celebration for the cheerleaders. So a little enthusiasm built back into the Central pride. The bench gets up, and here we go. So good job at Central, and that was all Salvi. I mean, he had some pressure on him, and he just banged down a strike right to Caleb Gronin. So they've been kind of pairing up a little bit today. As I mentioned before, you have your favorites as a quarterback, and you got your trusty guys, and you got to go with them. So after banging down that extra point, Oliver Jaquez will kick the ball off again. Line drive kick gets by him, and that's a live ball. He is able to scoop it up, and he's got some distance, makes a shimmy shim. Gets tackled there on the near sideline, so gets it to the 30. That'll be decent. And it looks like a ball on the ground, but it did get recovered by 13. Yonovan Santana, so good job saving their hide on that one, as the ball has been hitting the ground today. So this is it. This is a big spot right here. Did you see Liam King? No lack of confidence in him. Looks like they're going to do. Looks like Central's kind of doing a cover 3 on defense here with a free safety over the top. Charlie Crawford comes out with Mills in the background, and he's been giving him a steady diet of that. Man in motion. And he's going to hand it right up the middle once again. And Central does commit a little bit again. The trap is working, but good job coming back and saving the day. It looks like number 28, Louisa, 28. That's a good football number. That was my football number. And Sloan Russett. But whatever. It's a good football number. 2nd and 9 here for Alvirne, as Central's defense is kind of get a little pep in it now. So he's going to fall back. He's going to throw it. It covers a tip ball, and you know they practice that all the time at practice. The tip drill. Ideally, that would go right in the hands of Central. He'd yell bingo, and everyone would start blocking for him. But good job. I mean, I tell you, that was a good pass by Crawford, too. He had it right on the money. It just ended up going off the fingertips and almost into Central's hands, but it did hit the sideline. So 3rd and 8 here, as Central has really tipped the scales, it seems like, on this second half. So just what they needed. Wonder what Ryan Ray said to them at halftime. Probably something really effective. As here we go. Crawford's gonna take it. He's gonna roll our way. He's gonna look downfield. He might take it himself. He's got a guy wide open. He did it again. He did the same thing he did on the touchdown pass, as he faked the run. He got the cornerback to commit. Comes up, and the guy slips out. Number 9, Cole Dion, just slips out. Hits him in stride. That's all Charlie Crawford. That was a great play. We do have a flag on the field. It looked like after the fact. We'll get the call from the referee here. As Crawford, Central really is playing them tight, but Crawford goes into schoolyard football on them, and then it takes it and it turns into a guessing game. Because if the quarterback's running, you got to come up and do something about it. So 15 the other way. So Central getting the benefit of a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct call. Got to keep your head, kids. You might just cost your team 15. Keep getting attacked by bees up here. And I love bees. So here we go, 1st down after getting that big play, but then 15 on the other side from the penalty. Right at the 50 here, as Charlie Crawford has had a great game so far. Just that one pick, hands it off inside to who else? Mills. And this time Central's able to get him from the Mills has been getting about 6-7 every time. This time he only gets 1. Central's all over it. They seem to run to Mills on 1st down quite a bit. You can hear the public address announcer. Here's the snap. here to Mills once again. Good job. Eludes a tackle, and he is shifty as he broke about 2-3 tackles there. You're going to have a man down here. So bring out the trainer, and we'll check it out. We'll be right back from Manchester Public Television. I'm Mike Gonzalez. We got a good one, 14-7 here from Gill Stadium. We'll be back right after this. So it looks like Jamin Jones will be helped out the field by the trainer. Looks to see he's okay. That's really good. This is a definite violent sport, and people get rattled playing it. So when you see an injury, you can only hope for the best. And in that case, seems to be just a ding up as he's going to kind of stretch it out with the trainer here. But on to football we go. 3rd down and about 4 to keep the drive moving. This is a big play as it's 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Central able to get a touchdown, to narrow it within a touchdown, and Crawford's going to take it himself right, and he's got a wide open field, and he's able to get some, and he is prone to the fumble. However, it's way out of bounds, and looks like the coaching staff is doing synchronized jumping jacks as they want a roughing the passer or a roughing the player call, as it did kind of resemble a horse collar a little bit, but just not enough to call it, I guess. But, yeah, the coaching staff is really adamant on that one. And we are going to have some kind of play here, and it's coming back Alvirne's way. So 2 big penalties resulting in about 25 yards total, sending them back over the midfield line once again, and it seems to be what they're doing. They're getting the yards, and then they're shooting themselves in the foot. But that really benefits Central as it's 3rd down and long now. So from getting the first down to sending it all the way back, as the crowd has a few things to say. Nothing for Manchester Public Television, though. We can't be cussing on the air. But we do have that boom mic. So here we go. Charlie Crawford trying to do something again for his team. 3rd and 16 as he's got Mills in the backfield, but you got to assume it's going to be some kind of pass here. I'm saying number 88 probably. So he's going to pass. He's got a guy down the sideline. He's going to try to muscle it to him, and he's able to hit him. I saw that developing right away as he just caught that seam down the sideline. And Charlie Crawford is a stud as he was in traffic, and he just somehow just muscled a strike right to him for a first down. So big bummer for Central there as they thought 3rd and long, that might be their chance, but Crawford does it again. He's just extended plays, and he's been money. So far, the player of the game in my eyes is quarterback, number 12, Charlie Crawford, having a great performance. That was all him again. So that's a first down here. So here we go from the Central 20. This has been a long drive. As 4 minutes remain in this game. Inside handoff. And he's wide open, and he swings and misses on a tackle, and that'll bring it in for a touchdown, Broncos. That was too much room right there. Aiden Mills, he does the heavy lifting, but when you take that kind of running start with that big hole, you'll score every time. And, again, Central missed about 3 tackles, one really big swing and a miss, and here comes the kicker trying to make it 21-7 as it's a long, effective drive. stopped by about 3 big penalties, but still overcame as Aiden Mills and Charlie Crawford are the studs of that drive, and that will go right through the uprights as the referees do their best right guard commercial. And Central's going to have to get it together. I mean, we saw a nice drive last time. We saw that big play from Salvi to Gronin, and seems to be Caden to Caleb is the formula right now. And I'd like to see Wong in there too. I mean, he had such an effective drive in the second quarter, but Central unable to score as they were backed up by a couple penalties there on the goal line. So unfortunately, Alvirne comes right back and gets a touchdown, and we're back to a 2-score game with 4:08 here on Manchester Public Television. We're live at Jim Schubert Field at Gill Stadium. I'm Mike Gonzalez, a.k.a. Gonzo, and we have a good one here. So we got King on the return here. Gets a little room, and he's just absolutely crushed once again. It looks like a little high tackle, but able to manage his hands. So Ray's going to have to do something here because right now it seems to be they're trying these passes, but if it wasn't for Salvi extending that play, we'd have trouble. But we are joined by another Manchester alumni, Matt Murphy here, the president of the Gridiron Club, and one of the got the fastest touchdown in Turkey Bowl history back in 1995. So, Matt, thanks for coming up.
It's great to be here. This is really exciting. I'm actually the treasurer.
Oh, yeah.
Of the Little Green Gridiron Club, but who's
counting?
Who's keeping track, really?
Who's counting? Treasurer?
What
do you think? What's going on? I mean, Salvi's got a pretty good poise to him, but it seems to be like the interior line of Alvirne is all over their efforts.
Alvirne is very aggressive, and you can tell they have a nose for the ball, and they can kind of smell blood in the water. I think they know that this is a weaker Central team, and good for them. They're excited. They're here at Gill Stadium, and they're really taking it to Central. But I have to admit, that first quarter being down on the sideline, looking at the body language of the Little Green, was not great. But the fact that they're hanging in here, another big play. And
well, I noticed that when they had that touchdown to Caleb Grundon, the bench was fired up. And that's really all it takes is a couple sparks. As Central comes to the line here with 2nd and 6 to go, it's getting down to it. It's 3 minutes to go. Still only down 2. So they're going to go pass. He's going to do the out pattern, and he's got him, and it's just a little overthrown as he just ain't get the hands to – Wyatt tried to get it, but it's just overthrown. Would you say that was overthrown?
I think Wyatt's got to get 2 hands on the ball and help his quarterback out and make that play.
Right, and we have Matt Murphy here who is, a Central guy, and he's able to say those things for sure. So I've been a little trying to be impartial. I bleed green as well, though.
Well, we both
hard.
bleed green. It's hard. It's funny. I have an oldest son who's now a freshman at Londonderry, and I still have not brought myself to put on any Londonderry gear.
You can't do that.
I guess I'm going to have to at some point.
3 wide our way as Salvi's going to take it himself. It is a flag on the field, and he is a nifty quarterback, but, man, I'm telling you, Alvirne is all over them as we got a guy hurt in the field and a flag on the play. And it looks like we're going to take a timeout for this penalty. We'll be right back right after this. From Manchester Public Television, I'm Mike Gonzalez. We'll be right back. So we're back here at Jim Schubert Field, joined by Matt Murphy. It looks like they're going to punt again. Now, is it my eyes or is Caden Selvey the long snapper? Because that's interesting. You don't see many QBs as a long snapper. And you don't,
they're calling for him.
As he comes to long snap.
There he comes.
He kicked an onside kick. He long snaps. He's quarterback. He's pretty versatile, I guess. It's not very impressive, too. It's a knuckle snap, as you'll see. See, tough over his head. I didn't mean to do that to you, Caden, and that's going to go back. That's disappointing, as that'll really, really thwart Central's efforts to making the comeback here, as that is a late entrance to long snap, and he kind of catchable ball, though.
Definitely catchable ball. As you said, not the prettiest snap.
And that's their best option, I guess. So punt. I can see why they went for it on fourth down a couple times. As John Trisciani's defense is really going to have to pull some magic out of their hat, as they have before. They did cause a fumble as King returned it all the way to the other 45, as quarterback Charlie Crawford he's pretty lights out today. He's having quite a game.
That was an exciting play, that fumble return. But, yeah,
he's
done a good job.
But here they go again, and they're going to keep it himself, and he's going to keep it, and he's going to try to get there, and he's going to be stopped right at the 1 yard line, as Chris Paneries is there to make sure the ref knows about it. Chris Paneries will be here forever, won't he?
He will be here forever. He was not here when we were here in the mid-'90s, but he came soon after that, so we're looking at almost 30 years.
Yeah,
certainly 20-plus.
Definitely can't get rid of him. And here we go for Alvirne at the 1 yard line going into Central. But, yeah, we see him at basketball and we see him at football, and it's amazing. I feel like coaches let him call plays sometimes. He's right there.
He did call some plays in the Turkey Bowl back when I coached.
That's awesome. So that's really cool to see him there. We love him. QB keeper snap again, and Crawford's going to add to his day as he's going to get in the end zone, and it looks like they're going to do a Fortnite celebration as it's 27-7 here again, and this isn't going the way it started in the second half, as Central was able to get that stop on defense, and then the big hit Caden to Caleb, but now 27-7, 2 to go in the third. Central's playing a sad song with their band, and I don't know if they know they're not supposed to do that for the other team's touchdowns.
No, it's a song of mourning.
It really is. So it's good again, and he's got a boomer, huh?
He does. He pounds the ball.
So Matt, you're in tight. You were in on the. Not going to ask what Ray said because it seemed to work. It seemed to fire up the team. What was the feel at halftime inside the in the locker room?
Well, I was not in the locker room, to be honest. I was with the coaches afterwards, and they were doing what coaches do. They were talking about what they thought was working, and obviously there were many things that were not working and what they were going to do to offset that. They certainly needed to shore up the edge. Alvirne was getting the edge pretty easily. But, the kids work hard. You got what you got, and you can't pick somebody up off the waiver wire. So these kids have put in the time, and they're doing the best they can, but sometimes you just are overmatched, and I've certainly been overmatched long ago when I played. So
it's funny you say the waiver wire because it seems to be a lot of transfers in high school lately.
That's interesting, yeah.
And in college especially.
Oh, I can't stand that, yeah.
So what makes these kids go from Trinity basketball to West basketball overnight? Is it parents doing this, you think?
Well, I know that, some kids get money for Trinity, which is
nice catch.
Well within the.
Here goes King. He's got some talent, huh? Sophomore,
cornerback,
running back, swagger. But
I gave him $20 in my driveway the other day for a little green coupon card.
Oh, he's going out. They go out and do that still?
Yeah, the blitz. He had his sleeves rolled up.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Good looking.
But I think Trinity is a private school, so they can give money to kids, and which is awesome. The kids get an opportunity to go to a school where they, a smaller school, maybe more
exposure,
one-on-one, yeah. And
Get
but
the
I think
grades
sometimes
up,
it doesn't
yeah.
work out.
Right.
And though they're like, you know what, I want to try something different.
I'd like to see Seneska here near side on some kind of a fade, but I'll tell you what, number 4, Jeremiah Yee has been really good on defensive coverage as Central comes out throwing right away, and he's got him wide open, and it's a great form tackle, like an open field tackle, and that kind of is the difference in the game as Brody Orr able to make the tackle. We've seen Central swing and miss about 15 times already, and that's frustrating. But as a defensive back, I remember doing the same.
Yeah.
It's a self-preservation mostly. But
Alvirne's fundamentals are better. I think that they've got a lot more kids, it seems, that just love football and are aggressive and want to make a play. And I think Central's got more kids that are a little bit on their heels and maybe haven't played as much football.
Draws back pass, going to go sideline again. He's got King, and he kind of hears some footsteps, and catchable ball, Murph.
That's a heck of a throw, too.
It's a hard throw, right?
That's a 30-yard throw on a dime.
It really is.
Yeah. Not a lot of kids make that throw.
King's going to help him out there, and as I'd like to embarrass my niece here, made the freshman, as a freshman, made the cheerleading team. She said she'd kill me if I did that, so I had to do it.
Well done.
Yeah.
In the steps of Jen Petrin.
Yes. Wow. Jen Petrin was was a goat. She was a goat.
She really was. She was all in.
She was a great cheerleader for Central. Carried the torch as long as she
could.
Good
to see a lot of cheerleaders. They must have 20 girls out there.
Well, I got the inside scoop on it. Last year, I went to a Central basketball game, and there were 5 cheerleaders.
That's hard to cheer.
I was like, come on. And they weren't really doing the stunts. They were kind of just – but now, there's, I think, 12 freshmen on this team. So
wow.
So a good crop coming in, and that's key to the future.
That's more freshmen than the football team.
As Central comes out 3 wide our way and 2 on the other side. So 5 wide. Selvig takes the ball, instantly gets it, catches King, and that's a core catch for a sophomore with a lot of guts there. Number 1, Liam King has had a game for himself. He returned that fumble. He got that interception. He jumped to start on the first drive. So Ryan Ray will call in another play to Salvi as he goes in, and I always found it weird that the quarterback has to come to the sideline every time. Yep. I remember back in our day.
And Breton did that.
Our day, we used to run in the play as the slot. That's pretty much how I got on the field to call the play.
That's right.
And I'd say,
the wide receivers would go in.
He'd say, throw the ball to Charlie.
Yep, absolutely.
And he did. So here we go. First down for Central. Rolls out left. Good job. And he's got a nice throw here, but that's a tough one. I mean, doing that combo, trying to get the ball to 17.
The ball's there.
Caleb Groden again, but
you got to catch the ball.
Well, I'll give him a little leeway on that one because it was just a little extended. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, the great players like the John Kramers and the Charlie Stewarts, the Pinkuses, they caught those balls,
They sure did.
Not
every time.
Almost every time.
All players drop, but.
Dennis Muse, he used to catch everything.
Diseases, maybe. I don't know about footballs.
He got his finger stuck in my dad's helmet. Yeah, it's gross. Oh man, you're gonna get me in trouble here. As we look at Nick Barbie right there, number 75 on our end. He's a beast, huh?
He is a big kid.
He's one of the better linemen in the state. He does only go one way. I'm wondering why he's not on defense sometimes, or if that's danger throw. Wonder why he doesn't go both ways. I mean, maybe it's just he's focusing on offense. One of the better players in the state for sure, though. As we asked Coach Ray to give us a list of his players to look at, and this is what he came up with. So he's definitely on that list. No, I'm impressed with is number 12, Ethan Seneska. He's imposing on defense.
He is. He's got to be the best athlete on the team. Although Salvi is a heck of a player too. I remember seeing him in 8th grade playing flag football, and he could absolutely chuck the ball. Kind of like a former player Bobby Malone, current
I saw
firefighter
Bobby.
in the city.
I saw Bobby on the sideline.
Yep, he was here earlier.
I gave him a zoom in, and so I'm talking to you. Yeah, firefighter number 7. He was great.
Remember, he just chucked the ball.
That's like a penalty, and he'll get the call on that one as he tries to hit Wyatt on the out route, and that'll be a little too much action from number 2 there for Alvirne. That'll be Cam Dohan, who's made some great plays today, but right there he's just a little too all over him.
Yeah, he came in a little early. He jumped it well, but I think he got a little too close to the receiver, bumped him, and they called the flag. There's got to be about 30 flags today.
I would say 33 is what I have
Possibly
here.
more.
But a lot of plays been backed up, Central especially. It seems like a tale of two halves, as the first half was highly penalized on Central, and then this half seems Alvirne's getting the – as we need a water boy, as coach is yelling for water as he's not moving that fast.
I was on the sideline earlier, and I was very unimpressed by the water delivery.
I mean,
they had to be called several times. The kid's hustling, but he might have a hearing issue because he is not understanding water means you got to get out on the field.
I think he broke his drawstring too. That does happen though, and it's not fun. I mean, we've all played games in football without a belt, right? It's
my gosh,
it's the worst.
Depends on which pants you had. Remember freshman year?
Yeah.
Which pants did Coach Schubert give you?
The good pants or the
good pants or the not good pants?
Usually we would just take an underclassman's belt and put it on our own pants, though. But
remember, he'd grab the pants.
Yeah.
And then he'd look at you and be like, no, and he'd drop them and grab a different pair. Like, you can have these. And you're like, oh, thanks.
We know what
so
that
not the champion ones. Okay.
Inside joke.
Yeah.
It was a swear word.
Yeah.
But it was an adjective.
It was.
So we couldn't, so we get the gist. But, yeah, Coach Schubert was something else. He used to have his ways of motivating, for sure. He had, but guess what?
Oh, look at we're here.
Whose name's on the
It
scoreboard?
is Coach Schubert Field.
So,
Tell you, I love the guy. He was
he was something. He was
instrumental
cool.
in my life.
Absolutely,
and, helping me mature.
I love him too. King in motion here. A little trouble on that one.
Boy,
I don't know what is happening here. A loss of about 23 on the play, as they direct snap it to number 17. I don't know what that was, Matt. What do you think that was all about? Was that
I think
just
they
like
were trying to do some kind of wildcat, and it was a bad snap, and he picked it up, and he's not used to playing quarterback position, so he just kind of kept running at a 45-degree angle backwards, and so I think they lost 15, 20. Yeah, so we lost 11, I think, on the play.
So that'll bring up second and a long way to go. As interesting enough, I see him on the sideline there, Salvi, but maybe he's shaken up, and I guess that's, I don't know. Do you know the personnel? Do you know who the backup would be here?
So maybe I'm wrong on the Wildcat. Maybe that is their backup quarterback.
Probably, yeah. So he's been big on offense as the receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's going to have to do some snaps, as this game isn't totally out of hand, but is certainly leaning towards that, as there's 12 minutes on the clock. We're going into the fourth quarter, and you're right, the sideline's completely flat, Murph.
Oh, my gosh. It's a
like, we wouldn't put up with that, right?
I would hope not. I think we had a lot of leadership on the team, and I think I was at the Londonderry game last night, and there's just a feeling of success breeds confidence, and the Central team is just a lot of walking. There's heads down.
Heads
did
down.
Get excited when they scored.
Heads down, though. And,
Yep.
it doesn't help when not saying the coaches' heads are down, but they're not like, let's go, guys, fire it up, This is the 18th season now for Coach Ryan Ray, the second longest tenure in history of Central football.
Is it really?
Yeah. So that's a lot of years, as we got another hand up. And this is what I was wondering. I was wondering when we would see Trevor Wong come in.
Kids are getting off blocks. 54 has been in the backfield a lot. I don't know. Somebody threw a no-hitter on that one.
Yeah, and it's been on defense. It's been 54 and it's been 72 on the line for
Cam Porter. He's a captain.
Yeah, he's
understand why.
He's really good, as well as 72 is not in the game right now. But Trevor Wong came in
I like that
in the
kid.
second quarter and had that big drive. They went about. He probably had 50 on the ground himself.
Yeah, I like him at running back.
He's in for the first time in the second half here. So, you look at all that space on the right with King. Look at all that cushion. Got to go to him, right? It's underthrown there. So, yeah, it looks like Salvi is going to be either dinged up or I can't imagine. I can't imagine he'd be pulled, but it could be a coach's decision. Maybe he's just going to fire up. I think he's just going to long snap. He can play. Okay, so that seems like a coach's decision then. You're not playing quarterback. You can long snap, though. And hopefully he can, deliver a better snap to the kicker, number 35, who's a big guy, Jaquez
He did a good
Oliver.
job on that first or second punt where it looked like it was going to get blocked.
Exclusively a kicker on the roster here, which
literally says kick.
And wears a horse collar. So that's an interesting dynamic.
Not a cowboy collar.
And that's a kick that gets blocked at the line. You got off the helmet into the arms of number 4 from Alvirne, and he's just going to walk into the end zone off the helmet, Murph. That was interesting. But there is a flag on the play. I think
kid's helmet came off. I don't know if there was possibly a legal, unnecessary roughness.
The helmet did come off, and you are supposed to sprint off the field immediately when that happens.
You are?
Yeah, I saw that at the West game. We did the West Pelham game. That was a barn burner, 59-0.
Ooh, that's awkward.
Yeah. Well, Pelham's won 30 games in a row, too.
Have they really?
Yeah. So, guy's helmet comes off, and the guy did the right thing. He sprinted off the field. But it looks like that.
I would not. I can't imagine doing that.
That's a weird play right there, as Salvi kind of.
Looks like we're going to get the call here.
Kind of threw him a changeup on the snap.
Picking up his flag.
We'll get the call here.
So
I'm sure both coaches will be fine
umpire
with
is
this.
explaining the call to the Alvirne coach.
He's yet to accept the call and be happy about it. He likes this
one. It's a touchdown. It's going to be on Central.
Yeah. So that was a weird play. I mean, Salvi comes off the field, put the backup quarterback in. He comes into long snap, throws him a change up, and Alvirne able to get a finger on the ball. It pops up, and it hits the helmet of Central.
No, that's a blooper. That's something you would see on like a YouTube video.
Pops into the hands of Jeremiah Yee, who's been all over the place today. And that's pay dirt for Alvirne, as it's now 34-7, and Alvirne is definitely going to cover today because
it's getting ugly.
I heard they were, whisperings of a two touchdown advantage pregame.
DraftKings is taking a bath on this one.
Yeah. Well, there's still that over to cover. Just kidding. But I'm here. I'm Mike Gonzalez over at Manchester Public Television. We're live from Jim Schubert Field on Manchester Public Television. I'm joined by Matt Murphy, number 25. Quickest touchdown in Turkey Bowl history. Walk us through that play.
It was a chilly Thanksgiving day, Mike, as you know.
I do.
Back then, obviously, we had actual grass and dirt, and it was frozen. And I remember pregame. That's nice. The kid is over there throwing leather footballs into the bathtub.
Stay with me here, Murph.
So I was my dad had like those spot-built coaching shoes, which I'm not sure why they were such a thing, but I wore those instead of cleats because you couldn't grip anything. It was like
slippery.
Ice.
It was
yeah,
ice,
yeah, big time. So Travis York, very successful local businessman, I believe.
The sports bar. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Came in motion to my side and ran a little slide, and somehow I read it. And
you read it and you jumped
was
it, right?
Darren O'Toole? Was that the quarterback?
I feel like it
I
was.
think it was. And I jumped in front of it and caught it and ran about 20 yards. It was
Put your arm up.
It was very. I did.
Yeah.
Back then, there were people at the game. I remember there was a large crowd there.
Yeah, people did come to games back then.
They did. It was fun. It was good. We were
good.
We were a good team.
We
so
were
it
really
was
good.
Not, the results were not too much in question.
So what do you think people aren't showing up for? Like, there used to be bleachers over there. Like, it was deep. I mean, I walked through the
there's no
crowd,
bleachers
and there was
anymore.
some I said a big crowd today, but I'm talking about this is about the same crowd we got at the Turkey Bowl.
This
Like,
today's
why?
crowd?
Yeah, pretty much.
As the current Turkey Bowl.
Yeah, like, why are people not coming to football? Why are kids not playing sports anymore?
I teach at Parkside Middle School on the west side, 7th grade, and I had about 80 students last year, and 10 of them played sports. I think there were 3 girls who played softball, about 4 girls, some of them the same, played basketball, a couple kids played baseball. So that means 70 kids just went home after school. And it's unfortunate. I'm not blaming anybody, but I
you
think
have to blame.
technology
You have
and
to
the
blame.
phones and everything has really
Yeah, I don't know, Matt. I mean,
killed it.
I was told football starts this day, hockey's this day, and baseball's this day. And I went. And
Absolutely.
whether I liked it or not, I got to like it. I hated football. I really – I didn't. I played for Youngsville.
Yes, you did.
And then I went to
Corey Joe Feisick.
Then I went to East, and that's where I gained some love for football because Coach Tristiani.
You played for Coach Trish?
Yeah, I did.
Buckle up for safety, buckle up for fun.
Yeah. And football was a different Joyce Craig, not Craig Joyce. That's a weird
Craig Joyce.
Weird coincidence.
You're right. How about that? Coach Joyce was awesome. I love that guy.
Was my coach, and I don't know, we had a good group. We had you, John, Paul. We just had some players.
Benny Battistelli.
Kenny Bodkin.
Kenny Bodkin with the monster truck.
Some really good players, and we just got into it. It was fun. And football and hockey and baseball are the reason I went to school. I wasn't an overachiever. I got B's and C's at best. But it's because I went to sports. And if I didn't have sports, I wouldn't do that, you know?
A lot of kids were like John Paul was certainly like that.
As Alvirne's 72, we'll call his name again. Once again, he's on fire today. He is Andrew Dealey, and he is one of the better players off the edges you could ever see. So Central having a rough go right away.
Ryan has already put in the younger kids, but Alvirne has their first team out there, so that's not exactly helping.
Well, it's good to get some game tape. Hopefully they're not using, this, because as doing the camera and talking is not the easiest task, but
it's impressive.
Like everything else, you learn on the fly, you know what I mean? So Coach Tristiani's defense, and he's right out there, he's right out there calling the signals because he wants to see what he's got in his backups too, you know what I mean?
Sure. You can't get better if you don't play.
That's true. That looked like a false start, I'd say.
Well, with over 10 to go, down 35-7, I'm hoping that the Alvirne coaches are aware that it's time to maybe put some other kids in and call off the dogs.
Now, is there any implications for playoffs and, score differential? Is there a reason why they would maybe not do that?
I'm not sure Alvirne has to worry about making the playoffs. They're
middle of the road, or
I'm not going to pretend that I know a ton, but I saw Londonderry play Concord last night, and that's a much different football game than what I'm seeing here today. So congratulations to Alvirne. Kudos. I'm not taking anything away from them, but I don't see them competing with the Londonderrys of the state. So, but who knows? Maybe they'll make the playoffs. I believe
they did expand it this year.
They did. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
That's how much I know.
They're going to go with 6 this time.
Okay, so they
slowly.
I'm pretty sure it's like points allowed is usually that. Outside of head-to-head, is the first or the second tiebreaker.
And you might be correct on that because if you look at Central's defense right now, not like they have.
They still have some kids out there.
So I was on a psychics television program, and he said Central would win 8 games this year.
A psychotic?
So
That kid's hurt.
it doesn't seem like they're on their way to 8, but
Well,
out of
they
what is it,
have
a 10-game schedule?
they have Londonderry in 2 weeks at Londonderry.
Ooh.
Who do they have next week? Goffstown, possibly?
Yeah, it's Goffstown and Londonderry. I feel like looking at my sheet that I have ready for preparation. And I would say that Londonderry is, what, are they number one? I mean, I saw Bedford in the Jamboree.
Bedford's
They're
very good.
very impressive.
Yep. Bedford's very good. Pinkerton, obviously, is always going to be up there.
Yeah, every time. We used to be Pinkerton. That's what's annoying about being someone who green comes out of, like I love
absolutely.
Central. We do we do Sweeney post games here. We see the sea out in the middle of the field here.
Yep.
And it's like Central football. It's all about it, but it's like right now,
I'm going to say
18 years we haven't had a
I'm going to
championship.
say something about Coach Ray. I've known him for a long time, and he works very, very hard. He's at Hillside a lot, trying to get kids to play. He coaches the Hillside flag football team in the spring. He keeps in contact with the players all year round, off-season workout program. So, it's not from a lack of effort. I talked to a lot of people who are former Central alum, former football players, and they're frustrated, and they're always asking me, what's going on? Why is it? And what they don't understand is that a lot has changed. Mike, when we graduated, there were 2,300 kids at Central. I believe there are less than
Oh, it's on. Okay, I got it. Thanks. So a little bit of a technical difficulty as the boys in the production truck helped us out and fixed it for us. So we're back here at Gill Stadium. In the meantime, Alvirne has added to their lead as Central is definitely got their second string, maybe third string in at this point. But, you know, they still have a king at receiving the kick, though. So special teams is one of those things where you kind of run your 11 out, though.
Yeah, I think you do because it's hard to know who's in and who's out. Subbing can get pretty confusing. Then you only have 9 kids out there.
Good job on that. Good hustle, at least.
A lot of kids not blocking on Central.
Yeah, I noticed that. It was one of my
Just letting people go by them.
So with the West game last night, when I'm not doing the camera, I can kind of like focus and take an aerial out and make good observations. And I noticed that a lot of people are not showing the fortitude that it takes to play tackle football. Pelham did, but West didn't. And seems to be that Central, you know, is kind of having a hard time putting a hat on someone.
There's a culture that a team like Pelham or obviously something like Central back when we played, where you just have a pride in yourself and your program. Here goes Central kid.
Central kid. That Central kid would be number 7. Looks like Wyatt's going to get some experience there. Or number 17, excuse me. That'll be the quarterback keeper again. As I think that was a coach's decision to take Salvi out. I really do. And maybe see what they got in their backup, who's clearly Caleb Grondin, and only a sophomore, Matt. He's been one of those players with the top 2 players of the game, I would say, are sophomores, King and him, you know. So bright
Certainly
future.
A silver lining here that you got some kids in the younger years.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that if Alvirne's middle of the pack and this game got out of hand as it did, as we see him try to extend the play and overthrow him, then it doesn't seem like the psychic I went to is going to be correct with his 8-win prediction.
No, I would not. You should tell us who that is so people don't go there or call the Better Business Bureau because I don't think he's or she.
It's a he, but
That was to Connor Cunningham.
I would say making the Turkey Bowl is easier and easier because you have West Division 2, who for some reason, for like safety reasons, don't let in the game. I don't know. Do they?
Oh, they're not allowed to play?
I don't think they are. And I think Trinity has a deal with another team already in place.
So it's just Central Memorial automatically?
So I think so. So, I mean, the Turkey Bowl has been they almost didn't have it this year, actually, last year. But they did have it. Central actually, you know, pulled an upset off. There's number 30 getting his first look. Go ahead and take that name on, Matt.
I think it's Jabril Duma.
Yeah, I usually listen to the public address announcer to get an idea, as he's been here forever.
He's done a nice job.
Oh, yeah. But did you know that West High School did their 100th season of varsity football? 100 seasons of varsity. Can you imagine back what it looked like in 1922, like football, or 1923?
Yeah, you're right. No, West opened in 1923. That makes sense. That's cool.
Well, actually, you're wrong about that. It's 1922 they opened their school, and they had JV football for 2 years before that. Ooh, that was a nice stick.
Oh, I like seeing that.
You can hear that plastic.
He was looking for contact. Caleb Grondin. He saw him 5 yards away and made no effort to juke him. He just wanted to lay the wood. That's awesome.
So we were talking about Coach Ray before, and
He works very hard.
18 years. He's a very imposing person. He's not going to blend into a room.
He is. He's the one you see right away.
Yep. funny guy? Like what? Like for me, I've always gotten the I'm afraid to talk to him vibe.
He was one of my least favorite people when I joined Coach Schubert's staff in 2004. He was loud and, quite frankly, obnoxious. And
whoa, there's an interesting snap. Is that's going to be
Bitsy.
potentially blocked? And he gets it off. Good job getting that kickoff. And it does not find a central player's head this time.
excellent height.
And it comes back, and there's that awkwardness.
The ball bounced, and it went backwards
a lot
towards central, yet the central players allowed it to do that.
But I'm sure there's you said the first part, I'm sure there's you're going to bring
With
it
Coach
back.
Ray.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sorry, I thought we stopped for the play.
Well,
I'm not used to this.
Well, this is a story that needs
live
to
television.
keep going, I think.
Yes. So he was loud. You know, he played at Maine. He's just a very, very large man and a large personality. And Coach Schubert left. I coached 2 years, and then Coach Schubert was gone, and I became a varsity assistant and got to know Coach Ray a lot better. And he's truly one of the most loyal people.
As he's
This kid is running.
Wow, that was impressive. I mean, I hate to do the Dickerson comparison only because he's number 29.
Yeah.
But wow, he looked like Eric Dickerson on that. And Michael Landmesser,
SMU.
a sophomore, just runs through people, and that was impressive. So that's one of the things that coach can get some tape on you for.
You look like urine through snow on that. That was an impressive run.
And, well, Coach Ray, one of the most loyal people.
Very loyal.
A lot of people are kind of like.
Actually, has a huge heart, loves the kids. He goes to bat for them all the time. He stays on top of them with grades. A lot of these kids are not growing up the way that you and I did. Sports are just not as important. They just aren't. And to get the kids to buy in is difficult. I know that he has kids that just don't show up for practice or for
Alvirne just able to get
imposing their will. Yeah.
another play right down. It looks like they're going to call it just short of the end zone as number 29 does his thing again. That would be Michael Landmesser with another impressive run. But now we're at the 1 yard line, but this half was within a touchdown. Did you know that? Like it was 14-7 at one point with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yep.
And then it just all went at once. And that's
went south. And maybe
that's
Coach
football
Ray
for
is
you.
saying that you never blame one player, but maybe he felt like the quarterback was starting to make some poor decisions, so he changed it up. Here's Alvirne, quarterback keeper, walks in untouched.
Yep, that'll be the backup quarterback, number 15, Ethan Dudley, as he is a sophomore as well. So sophomore is the name of the game today. It seems like. Now, when you were a sophomore, were you on the field?
Well, we weren't as good then, but I started.
You started, yeah.
Not a lot of 5'6" cornerbacks in the state then. I think they knew what they had.
I was lucky that right before the season, about 7 receivers got hurt.
And I remember you started.
And I was like, oh, wait, what? They're like, what are you doing? You're in the game. I'm like, oh, okay, coach, here we go. I was the guy that ran in the plays.
Yep.
And then Ryan Day would get the hitch and go. I do hitches all day, and then they throw the hitch and go for a touchdown to Ryan, which, he was average. Ryan Day, of course, the coach of Ohio State right now. Pretty decent career, pretty decent football career too. As he did very well. This is blowout talk, guys. This is if you've ever seen a 17-1 baseball game, this is Orsillo and Remy just getting you through it. But we are here at Gill Stadium.
44-7.
44-7. It's all Alvirne at this point. I feel like they got all their points in this fourth quarter, and there's still 4 minutes to go. As the sideline of Central just is kind of. They're all on the bench. Like
I don't understand why they're all sitting on the bench.
I mean, either they want to. Like if I'm a backup, this is my time. I'm like, coach, what do you have to lose here? All right, get in there, Gonzalez. You know what I mean? Like, and this is like kickoff. Like, Were you ever on special teams?
Love special teams.
Like-
Coach special teams for Central.
I was joking, yeah, at the West game that special teams coaches get yelled at more than anybody in the
I
world.
certainly did.
It seems like a
And
good
rightfully
way.
so several times.
Yeah. Well, you can't do the finger count and then have 10 people.
And then have 10 or 12.
You can't waste the time on
Yeah,
kickoff.
exactly.
Kickoff. But yeah, we're here 4:33. I'm so glad you
Alvirne
came up.
kicking off.
So glad you came up, Matt, because we're sitting here, we're telling stories, but at the same time, we both want the best for Central, and I've given my my criticism, but at the same time, I have to be on the same page as you. I do agree that as King tries to get it down the field here, I do agree that Ryan Wright is the guy for the job because, like you said, it's one of those what do you expect out of him type of things. Like, how can you make...
What else is he supposed to do?
If he can stick around for what we call the mega school,
Oh, okay.
if he can stick around...
What do you hear about that,
Well,
Mike?
I hear a lot that it's happening. It's definitely happening.
It's definitely happening, meaning
100% gonna
the
happen.
entire city would be one school?
Exactly.
I think that's a great idea.
So they had a couple potential sites for it. I can tell you what they are.
One's right around here, right?
They're interesting. Well, one's right around here. In fact, it is here.
It is JFK.
One of them is Gill Stadium.
Oh, they would take away Gill Stadium?
They would take away Gill Stadium. So they have Central High School, bringing it down, Memorial, as we go to timeout here.
I think it has to be Center City because
I'll tell you what.
I love the idea of having it up by the YDC, up on North River Road, but I don't know how all these kids are going to get there.
So that's a good point. They have 9 sites. They have Central, Memorial, and West. Those are the clear, obvious ones. We demolish it and start over.
Oh, okay.
They should do that anyway. Dairyfield Country Club. Not going to happen.
What?
Not going to happen.
That better not happen.
Very lucrative, very profitable play. It's one of their money guys. It's one of their money makers. They're not going to get rid of that. Highway new exit site. I think that would be the resort, like 13. That's a little far out there, I think. Sununu site. That would be YDC, right?
Right.
That's been talked about forever. Forever.
I've heard about it for several years, certainly.
But it's never going to happen because, like you said, no one's coming to the north end.
I don't know how kids are going to get there.
Beach Street Gill Stadium. Now, that, unfortunately, seems like the logical site. If you look from here all the way down, a lot of land, and it'd be a shame to lose Gill Stadium. It really would.
Really would.
But I don't think people really care, to be honest.
JFK.
Well, that would go
Beach
too.
Street.
They would all go. This would all go. This would all be, just picture it, one big, and it happens all the time. You look at the old pictures of the city, there's some legendary things that people, people die too, like.
Things move on.
And people want new things.
Yep.
They love new things, and they have, a $300 million budget.
Well, we need, as a teacher in the schools, everything breaks down. It seems constantly, the bathroom toilet is running nonstop, or
this is where again?
Weston? At Parkside.
Oh, Parkside.
But I don't think it's any different than any other school.
Look at this. So there you go. You got another guy getting off the bench as you get kicked in the back. That didn't seem fair or nice, to be honest.
I think the kid was just running towards the ball and tripped over him.
So we said his name a couple times.
Oh, yep. Jabril.
Thank you. And, he's made a good impression, I would have to say.
Yep.
As it's nice to see. It's kind of like a basketball. You see a blowout, you get the backups in, and some guy gets 17 points.
Yes. Oh, like that kid who was the manager for the team? You ever see that?
Oh, Mike Martineau.
No, I'm talking about it was a different state basketball player.
Yeah. Oh,
he
lit it up. He lit it up.
Lit it up.
That's awesome. So there he goes again, number 30. But this time, tackled by a couple players, including it looked like his own player was just trying to get back and help out. So I'd be giving some love here. Number 66, James Blaisdell.
Oh, James Blaisdell.
Playing to the whistle.
Great kid.
Yeah.
Molly Craig's son.
Okay, cool. Good to see. That's another thing with Central, like our tradition. We have legacy, but that seems to be ending.
It is. It's getting less and less. I don't know if there's a lot of people who love Central as much as I do, but just because of my family, and it was kind of forced on me. But even I moved to Hooksett thinking my kids could still go to Central, which they can, but there's just not any kids going to Central or Memorial or West anymore from Hooksett. We've lost literally every single outlying town. Deerfield, Auburn, Hooksett,
So the
Candia.
other, yeah, I know Pembroke.
None of them.
Pembroke.
None of them go to Manchester.
They never go. Yeah, and that's like another thing. I mean, it's not like they were the difference, but all of them together were the difference.
Absolutely, it was a big deal.
You take Pembroke, you take
No
Allenstown,
Dennis Muse.
no Dennis Muse. You take Hooksett, you take them all, and then get rid of them. And then also like Central is down to 1,200 kids this year.
Yeah. Literally half student body is when we
Yeah,
were
I was
there.
going to say, it must have been around 3,000 back in 19.
I think it was more like 2,400, but yeah, you're right.
Right, so, like, that's also a problem for Ryan Ray, like, who's been here. Ryan Ray's, we have another potential blooper right there, like.
There's Jabril, though, on it.
And
That's
we
good.
are getting down. I mean, this will probably be the end of the game here as, we've kind of talked through this fourth quarter, but it's been not the prettiest ending as Central does go down 44-7. And Matt, I appreciate you coming up here.
This was a blast. I hope I didn't annoy anybody too much.
No.
Thanks for having me.
You did knock the batteries pack out for a little bit.
That was a mistake.
I did
apologize.
fix that. And
it's a good thing you know so much about all this audio-visual stuff. We wouldn't have been able to overcome that.
Learning on the fly. So I would have to say player of the game, Charlie Crawford for Alvirne. Would you agree, quarterback? Made some great plays.
One of the defensive kids who was all over the place. 54.
Yeah.
Cam Porter was good.
72 is good.
Yep. Andrew Dealey.
Mills, running back. Mills, that would be Aiden Mills.
Yes, he was good too.
Because they could feed him the ball and work off that, you know.
Yep.
So their offense was consistent. Central kind of spread it out. They mixed it up. They were kind of all over the place. But, like you said, good effort all around, and they have some shining moments.
2 Central players on the bench. All the Alvirne kids are still shaking their hands. That's pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive. They are going
I'm
to
sure I would have ignored them when I was playing.
Absolutely. That is Whitehead out there dinged up, as well as number 11, Egan Bennett, both very key players. So, but, yeah, again, Ryan Ray's doing his thing, and we'll be here for more coverage from Gill Stadium. What a beautiful day here.
Gorgeous.
And we're going to be here every week. We're going to try to do every game. We'll go to every city, every school in the city. But from Manchester Public Television, I'm Mike Gonzalez. For executive producer Jason Cody, for Kyle Heavey, for Joe Lahr, and for Brendan McCormick, I'm Mike Gonzalez. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.